One of the biggest challenges for many writers is the lack of time to write. With work, family, and daily responsibilities, it can feel impossible to squeeze writing into your week. But you don't need more hours in the day. You need to be more aware of how you're using the ones you already have. This guide is here to help you take a closer look at your time. You'll learn how to track your week, notice where your time goes, and make smart changes that free up space for writing. Whether your days are filled with things to do or just a little off balance, you can create a writing plan that fits your schedule and helps you move forward with your book. Track your time honestly. Start by tracking how you spend your time over the next 7 days. Write down what you're doing every hour, even if it feels small or unimportant. You don't need to change anything right away, but you need to observe what you are doing. For example, you might realize that you spend hours each evening scrolling through your phone or watching TV. You can write that down and then evaluate if you really should be doing that when you know you want to write a book. Use whatever method works for you, like a notebook, a calendar app, or a time tracker. The goal is to become more aware of how you spend your time each day. This isn't about judging yourself, it's about getting honest. Once you see where your time is going, it becomes much easier to find more time for writing. Spot the time wasters. Once you've tracked your time, review what you wrote and look for the parts of your day where you aren't doing anything useful. These might include scrolling on your different social media apps, binge watching Netflix, or playing video games too much. These little habits do add up and take away from what you need to do. Ask yourself, did this help me move closer to writing my book? Could I use some of this time better? This step isn't about cutting out your fun time, but it's about finding the balance. You can still do the things you like, but if your goal is truly to write a book, then you need to do those things in moderation and make time for writing. When you start to shift your time toward things that matter more, you create space without stress. Find the small openings. Next, start looking for the small blocks of time in your week that often go unused. You can use the time you've just saved by cutting out unnecessary things, but you may also have 20 minutes after lunch or a half hour before bed. You can use that time to complete a small amount of writing. Most writers make progress in smaller sessions that build up over time. Writing for 15 to 30 minutes a few times a week can lead to serious momentum and progress. The key is to notice these openings and treat them like they are precious to you. Clear out the clutter. To make these new spaces of writing time work, you need to protect them. That means saying no to things that aren't urgent. Maybe you skip that second TV episode or put off that extra shift at work. You're not being selfish. You're making space for something important to you. Take writing seriously because it's not just a hobby anymore, it's your creative work. Start seeing your writing time as non negotiable. And when you do this and you value that time, it becomes easier to protect it from distractions or outside pressure. Set and stick to your writing time. Now that you've found some space in your schedule, it's time to make a clear plan. Pick specific days and choose specific times for writing and stick to them. Don't leave it vague. Say exactly when and how long you'll write. For example, I'll write for 30 minutes every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. This kind of clear, scheduled commitment turns writing from a hobby into a habit. When you know exactly when you're writing, you don't have to wait for the perfect time to appear because you've already made space for it. This process isn't about working harder, but it's about working smarter. When you notice where your time is going, trim the time wasters and commit to small writing sessions. You'll make progress. You'll feel more productive, more confident, and more connected to your writing. In the next video, we'll look at how to take these writing sessions and build them into your Google Calendar so they become a regular part of your week.